Okay, so boys and girls, for those of you who missed the lab, I thought I would go through it quickly so that you don't have to reenact it on your own or we have to come up with an alternate assignment. So if you can't see my face, that's fine. I can't really tell by the video. So what I'm doing is I'm referring to this picture that you all should have a copy of, okay? So make sure you look at this picture here when I'm talking about beaker 1 and beaker 2. So here's beaker 1, and beaker 1 is a coffee filter in a beaker, okay, and that's all that is. It's a coffee filter in a beaker. Beaker 2 has 50 milliliters of water in it, just like it says, and then it says to put in 3 drops of, originally it said yellow food coloring. I changed it to red. You don't need to know the why. I just did. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm just going to clean out my pipette in there. Okay. Then I'm going to add a teaspoon of cornstarch. That's what this is, cornstarch. Okay, teaspoon of cornstarch. I'm going to stir it up. Okay. So you can see that that got really cloudy. All right. So you can see the difference between the before when it was just water and red food coloring and after. It looks kind of cloudy and milky. Now I'm going to add iodine. And the reason why I'm going to add iodine is because it's going to help something show up later, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. So once I add this iodine, and look at this because this is a separate little lesson. Once I add the iodine, it turns purple. Okay, so you can see it is now a shade of purple instead of red. And the reason is because iodine is an indicator for starch. So iodine will change color, or change the color of the thing that it's looking for, in this case starch, when it's present. So iodine is an indicator for starch and it turns purple. So I've got this. So now remember, this is beaker 2, okay? This is beaker 1. Just look at that picture in front of you. Beaker 2, beaker 1. So if you look at beaker 2, on that data table, it's going to ask you, what is the contents of the urinary organs before? So remember, this is a simulation, so this isn't actually your urinary organs. You don't have a beaker inside of you. But what would this simulate? Okay? And what we all agreed on is this simulates unfiltered blood. So this is the blood before it gets filtered by your kidneys. Okay? Then this would make this beaker the renal artery. So the renal artery takes blood from the heart, brings it to the kidneys to be filtered, and then here's our kidney. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour this through the kidney. So now what we're simulating is the blood coming from the heart going to the kidney to be filtered. Now, the reason why I use the iodine is because the cornstarch that I put in conceivably should get caught in that coffee filter. And the nice thing is with iodine is that it will turn the starch purple, so it makes it easier to see in the coffee filter, and that's really the only reason. So if you look at this, you can see it's much more red and it's much clearer. So this is kind of like one of those fancy cooking shows, because I have a finished one right here, and you can see that this is significantly clearer. And you can see the urea inside. I'm hoping you can, because I can't see what you can see. You can see the urea inside that's been caught by the kidney. So this is what this is going to look like in a little while. So again, we had liquid in here, renal artery, which was unfiltered blood, poured it through the kidney. The kidney catches the toxins, which in this case is cornstarch, but in your body it's urea. And then that filtered blood, you can see it's much clearer. It's actually easier to see on this one. This continues back into the renal artery to drop off the blood around the body. And then what happens is that unoxygenated blood, which is now blue, comes back to the kidney and gets filtered again. So really, your blood gets filtered twice once it leaves the heart. Goes from the heart to the kidney, gets filtered, continues on its journey to body cells, then drops off the oxygen, comes back to the kidney, gets filtered, gets back into the renal vein to go to the heart to be pumped to the lungs. So again, this is now beaker 2. Now it's empty. and beaker 1 has filtered blood in it with kidney and urea. So as long as you pay attention to the different beaker numbers on this paper and in this video, I think you'll be just fine in filling out all the parts of the lab. I hope this was helpful.